Let's review your LT7 assignment. Don't forget your name and number 1. Very important. Okay, question number 2. I want you to get V by itself. So we're not going to move the V. I'm going to highlight that to remind myself. Don't move the V. We're going to undo addition first. So we're going to subtract Z from both sides. And when you subtract Z from both sides, notice you can't combine U and Z. So we're just going to say U minus Z on the left equals V times W. So what is W doing to V? Well, it's multiplying. So the opposite of multiplying, we're going to divide. So we get U minus Z over W equals V. And there is our answer. Once again, if you just write down the answer, I'm not going to give any points on that. Okay, next one, we're going to solve for A on this one. So the opposite of dividing, because that's what we have here, we're dividing by 11. So we're going to multiply both sides by 11. So my 11's reduce out. That's the reason I did that. So I get 10AC minus X equals negative 33. Now I want to get A by itself, remember. So I get rid of the subtraction. In this case, I'm going to add X to both sides. So on the left side, my X's cancel. So I get 10 times A times C equals X minus 33. Or negative 33 plus X. Either way you want to write that. And then I want to get A by itself. Notice 10 and C are both multiplying to A, so I'll just divide both sides by 10C at the same time. So my 10's reduce, my C's reduce, I get A equals X minus 33 all over 10C. And there's our answer. Now in question number 4, we're going to do the same thing. I want to get C by itself, is what they're saying. I want to solve for C in terms of F. So I'm going to take a look at my equation here, and I want to get C by itself. So I'm going to undo the adding first. So I'm going to minus 32 from both sides. On the left side, my 32's cancel, so I get F minus 32 on the left equals 9 over 5 times C. The opposite of dividing is multiplying, so we multiply both sides by 5. And really what I do is I distribute my 5 to F and 32. So 5F minus, what's not equal, minus 160. Because 5 times 2 is 10, and 15 carry the 1, you get 160. Equals, remember my 5's reduced, I get 9C. I divide by 9, the whole side by 9. Now 9 doesn't go into 5, so I think I'm just going to leave that as a fraction. I'm going to say C equals, I'll have to write the C on the left, 5F minus 160 over 9. Now if you want to write that with two fractions, you'd say 5/9 F minus 160 over 9. And there, either one of them is your correct answer. On question number 5, I want to get R by itself. So I have to do a couple things here. Notice 4 and pi, they're both multiplying to r squared. So I'll divide both sides by 4 pi. So s over 4 pi equals r squared. Now what's the opposite of squaring? It's not dividing, it's square root. So square and square root, they cancel. So we get r equals the square root of s over 4 pi. Now you'll learn later on there's actually two answers here, but the radius can't be negative, so we don't worry about that second one for right now. We're just going to say the square root of s over 4 pi equals r.